Hey besties, welcome to Vlogmas Day 6, guys. We are trying our hardest to make it through the whole time. We are on number 6. So day 6. So in today's video, it will be a layback. Had a long week at work. So this video is just a sit down and talk about a lot of questions a lot of candle makers have about their strong throw of their candle, right? And there are a few factors that I know that will cause your candle not to perform at full potential. Number one is finding the right vessel for you. When you're first starting out making candles, you might start with like a straight side clear or amber jar, and you might think that, oh, I perfected this jar. A black or white 8-ounce jar should be the same. And no, you have to still test them. And not every jar is gonna be the jar for you. So I don't want you guys to give up thinking, oh, I want to use this jar and it's not working for me. You just have to find the right jar. That's number one. Number two is finding the right wick size to fit the jar. So for me, when I was using cotton wicks, it was CD wicks for me. CD or Eco wicks for me. Those were the two that I use. Again, CD or Eco wicks, okay? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cotton wicks. I trust the wicks, okay? Then for winter wicks, never buy your winter wicks from Amazon. I buy my winter wicks from, back then it was Winterwick Co. Now they're called Makesy. So Makesy is my trusted supplier for my wood wicks. Never had an issue with my wick not burning, performing. Never had an issue with strength of my candle. Never had that before. If I had an issue with them, they always fully correct it. So Makesy is the one I trust and recommend for my viewers. I mentioned CD wicks, Eco wicks, and wood wicks, correct? So sometimes your candle will not perform well because you don't have the right size wick. So hear me out. I suggest you order their sample sizes, okay? And in all these lines, if you're buying from a reputable candle making supplier, and there's several of them, they all offer a sample set. Sample set meaning they have a range of low burning wicks to high performing burning wicks. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So for like wood wicks, I think they start at like 0.25 and then they go up to like 0.75. I might be wrong, okay? But I never use 0.75. I never use anything higher than a 6.25. And also with these Eco, they start at like 0 or 1 and then they go up higher. So the higher the number, the bigger the jar you need, okay? So for like some candles that I make, I use 1 or 2 smaller size to get that strong hot throw. Sometimes you need more than 1 wick. So don't give up. If 1 size wick does not work, try doubling. If doubling doesn't work, try tripling your wick, okay? The candle that's right over here is recommended on Makesy 1 wick. I have 3 in it. 3 smaller size wicks. Melt proof is beautiful, no issues, no soot. You can still hear it's multiple crackling you hear, I'm sure, in the background. And the central is chef's kiss. Love that. So yeah. So if anything, you double or triple, okay? The next thing is, as a new candle maker, you have to love the wax. You have to love the wax that you're working with. Meaning, if you love the wax that much, you will work hard to make your candle hot throw and cold throw work for you. If it's a wax that you're unsure of and not sure if you want to use this wax and you're just playing around, then I would say move on to something. Else, okay? There are so many. When I first started, there weren't this many wax selections when I first started. I said, I know I don't want to do paraffin wax, period. I started with, oh my goodness, what is it? It was a soy. I can't remember it now. And when I get off here, I'm going to be like, what soy was it? I think it's 464. Yes. 464. Loved it. Loved the wax, the cold throw, the hot throw. Everything was superior. I poured it successful. I bought my first candle making kit from Porter Candle Supply is where I bought my first candle making kit. And when I poured my candles, perfect. That's how I fall in love with making candles. Porter Candle Supply is not as big as the other supply company. I know some of you guys are going to be like, what? But their candle making kit was A+. Okay? If you follow the directions, A+. No issues. Okay? So when I first poured my candle, it was great. That's how I fell in love with making candles. Okay. I went on a tangent and I totally forgot what I was talking about. So wax. I knew I didn't want to use anything but a natural wax. So I went 464. And what I didn't like about 464, which a lot of other candle makers say, not a big problem for me. I cannot stand after you burn your candle, the divots in it. I couldn't do with it. I couldn't. Not the glass adhesion, nothing else. It's just me aesthetically. I can't do the little hole divots that was in there. It just looked like my candle was sick in my mind. I mean, it's a natural wax and that's how it's supposed to look, but I just couldn't deal with it, you know? And if you're having problem pouring your soy, anything between 135 and 140, a tip for y'all. Pour it then. Perfect candle. Okay? The next thing is make sure y'all stir your candles for 1 to 2 minutes. A lot of people say 2, but 1 to 2 is fine. After you already tested and you already know what temperature your wax should melt at, what temperature you should add your fragrance at. For soy, 135 to 140 is a perfect pour temperature. And this still need testing, okay? It all has to do with how humidity in your room, how cold your area that you're pouring your candle in. There's a lot of climate factors that come into making candles. So how one candle maker makes their candle might not be the same way another candle maker make their candles. And that's because of the climate in their room. Your temperature is not the same as my temperature in my room. And if your candle cool too quickly, can affect also how your candle perform. So always do your own due diligence. Always do your own testing. It's good to absorb everybody's information, or as many people information, so you can study for yourself, but you have to do your own testing. Yeah, so I would say definitely do your own test. Back to waxes and stuff. I did test with cocoa apricot cream wax. I did try that. Coconut wax and a different luxury blend of soy wax. Right now I'm doing hemp wax. So hemp wax is the wax that I use at this moment. There's not a lot of candle maker that use hemp wax. So that's the wax that I personally use, is hemp wax. To me, it's a cleaner, more even burn and strong scent throw. Okay. Yeah. And when it comes to fragrance, this is another one. Fragrance. When you are ordering your fragrance oil, you should order from a reputable, again, candle supplier. You get a lot of feedback. So if you look into the reviews, you can read up and say, oh, maybe this might work for me, maybe not, based upon the reviews, And like I said before, not every single scent is going to perform the same with every single candle maker, because of the climate, what wax, how long they stir their candle, and what wick size they use. If you don't use the right wick size, you're going to have tunneling. If you don't have the right wick size, your candle will not burn. If you don't have the right wick size, you won't have any scent throw. If you don't have the right wick size, your candle fail. So do your research, do your testing, and find the right wick to fit your candle jar. Wicks to me is the utmost you need to have that strong candle hot throw. Wicks. Find the perfect wick size. Last but definitely not least is to leave your candle alone. Leave your candle alone. I know it's tempting. I know you want to burn it. I know it's burning you. Did my candle work? Does it have the right hot throws? Cold throw, you're already smelling, okay? While it's sitting there, cooling and mingling, all of the fragrance and the wax and the chemical bonding is happening. You can already smell it. So the temptation to burn it or ignite it is in you. Leave it alone. Most waxes range from 3 days to 2 weeks, depending. I don't know which wax you guys are using. Most reputable candle supply company would tell you, they will list all of these. How hot to melt your wax, what temperature to pour your fragrance oil, what temperature you should pour your candle into your jar at, how long you should wait before you actually test it, are all under these reputable suppliers. And a few, I'm just going to mention a few that I know. Tell you, Candle Science, Nature's Garden, Maryland Wax Company is a good one that a lot of people don't really talk about. They're great. Yeah, so check out those. For Midwest, their fragrance oils are good, and they do free shipping, and they ship pretty fast. I have a video on Midwest Candle Company. If you look back in my video list, excellent. Before they even got big, like, they have free shipping also. You can test their fragrance out. I trust them. But like I said, like Maryland Wax, and they also have CDN. I think she does CDN wicks. She has wax. She has fragrance oil. Not a lot, but she has fragrance oil. I love this rose and oud, I think she has. And something else, another like dark scent that she had. Really, really, really good. And she's constantly out of those scents, okay? She's building her supply company, okay? There's another one a lot of candle companies sleep on. And when I visit their showroom, banging. What's the name of them? Is it Candles and Supply? If I'm wrong, I'll tag them. I think it's Candles and Supply. I think they're in Pennsylvania or something like that. Again, another video that I did that you guys gotta look at. Like, I've been doing this for years, okay? I just got back on YouTube, but I've been doing this thing for years. Let me see if I have my notes over here. I'm gonna take a scan. I did the jars, right? The size jars, the right wax, fragrance, wick, size, temp, stir for 2 minutes, and cure. So I think I covered everything, guys. I'll leave a bunch of my suggested candle supply companies for y'all to check out, since I'm doing this video basically for candle makers or aspiring candle makers. Check those companies out. You know, you don't go crazy. If you really want to make candles, buy a candle making kit. Buy a candle making kit before you spend all this money trying to make candles and it's not for you. You got to see if it's for you first before you invest in it. There was a video going around when I was starting about, oh, you can start your candle making company with $200. Where? No. You need at least $1,000. $1,000. Yeah. And especially now, it's probably even more. I don't know how much the little things cost anymore, but it's probably more than $1,000, I suggest. And in my videos, I always say, look at the reviews and don't buy small with these fragrance oil. But now I'm like, maybe you should buy small so you can smell them and test them. You know, test some fragrance and see if you like the scent based upon the reviews. Don't just go around and I just don't want you guys going out and buying too much. And I am already niching down, and I have a full closet of fragrance oil, and I don't want you guys to be in the same predicament. I am giving you advice based upon my mistakes. I don't want you guys to go out and have all these fragrance oils and don't know what to do with it. You don't want to be stuck with inventory. And you don't know how long these fragrance oil are going to maintain their scent. So I would suggest pick out the ones that you love the most and start with 4 to 6 candles and launch with that. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. This is Vlogmas Day 6 and I'm so tired. I want to go to bed earlier than 2 o'clock tonight. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Day 6 is over. See you tomorrow for day 7. Okay, besties. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Or day. Whenever you're watching. Bye-bye, besties.